Live from the Moscone Convention Center in San Francisco, California, it's theCUBE at Oracle OpenWorld 2014. Brought to you by headline sponsor Cisco Systems, with support from NetApp. And now, here are your hosts, John Furrier and Jeff Frick.
Okay, welcome back. We're here live at Oracle OpenWorld in San Francisco, California. This is theCUBE. We're on the ground inside the Cisco booth here at Oracle OpenWorld. I'm John Furrier with Jeff Frick. Our next guest is Tim Russell, VP of Solutions, Product Management at NetApp. Welcome to theCUBE.
Great to be here, John.
Great to see you again. CUBE alumni, been the guest, Dave interviewed last time, but obviously NetApp's been a big part of this theCUBE relationship today. Intel, Cisco, NetApp at the Oracle show. Okay, so tell us, Oracle Solutions, what's out there with NetApp? What are you guys doing with Oracle and non-Oracle apps?
So, great. This is building on a long relationship we've had with Oracle and servicing customers who have enterprise app, high performance and high resilient application requirements. So, a lot of the capabilities we've built that are still in use today over the years that bring unique value to customers running Oracle applications, Oracle databases. Some of those actually built in partnership with Oracle. Oracle was an early adopter of NetApp technology in their labs and their engineering and in their training and data centers. So
we just talked with Ray Wang, who's the analyst founder of Constellation Research, really breaking down the show here. And obviously Oracle Engineered Systems, Larry's really trying to sell that hard on stage. What does that mean? I mean, there are customers who are pure Oracle, that Oracle wants to own everything, right? But that's not the reality of the world. Not everyone wants to be an Oracle customer. So how do you guys dance with that as partnering with Oracle when clearly they're putting a lot of storage in there?
Absolutely, and part of the answer is the value for data protection, for security, for performance that we're delivering in things like FlexPod. And we just recently announced the FlexPod Select for Oracle database that delivers 1 million IOPS with sub-millisecond latency in a package that is top to bottom integrated. So you want the simplicity, the reliability, remove the guesswork from deployment. That's FlexPod Select for Oracle with 1 million IOPS.
What's the use case for that product? Just give a quick taste for the audience out there. Where do I buy that product within Oracle, and for what use cases?
So where performance requirements are paramount, where you have ERP, OLTP kind of applications where you need to have that sub-millisecond response times, you need to be able to process a number of transactions in a short period of time, and you want that to be done predictably over all kinds of workloads, all kinds of work cases. That's where this is.
So transactional?
Transactional, exactly.
Okay, how about cost per gigabyte, good terabyte, good cost?
Absolutely, tremendous. We're leveraging our E-Series all-flash array. So this is where you get the price performance of E-Series, which is second to none, and to deliver the performance and the reliability. Again, the track record of E-Series, been in the market, 300,000 customers running it, so you get that reliability plus the performance that all-flash brings. So
we always like to talk about Oracle, highlighting some things that kind of go mainstream. It's the first keynote I've ever seen Larry Ellison really talk about data compression. So now data compression's hot. Okay, this is in your wheelhouse. So talk about that. Why is that on their agenda right now? I mean, is it something that they see needs to be out highlighted? Is it the apps that are driving it? Why all the hubbub today about compression?
Well, so storage efficiency has always been on the top of the list for enterprise customers, especially when the size of data sets that are prevalent today in large enterprises. Storage efficiency meaning compression, meaning deduplication, efficient replication and disaster recovery, so you're only transferring changed bits. I mean, all of that sort of enters into this storage efficiency play, which is what NetApp has been strong and known for years, and continue to provide that integrations with Oracle in terms of RMAN, so that you get a ready for the Oracle administrator access to those storage efficiency capabilities.
What are some of the conversations you're having here on site with customers and partners about NetApp? What's the big lead for you guys? Is it leading with the flash array? Is it the FlexPod? Is it the apps? What's the main story that you're getting engaged with right now?
Yeah, it's the spectrum. So the suite of offerings that we have in an Oracle environment for a large enterprise is broad. You could start with what the theme is here at the show with cloud. and the work that we're doing with NetApp Private Storage for cloud, for Amazon and Azure, so you can actually run a Oracle workload in the cloud using the storage, NetApp storage capabilities for data protection, for performance, predictable, at the sort of predictable performance that you would normally get in an on-premises system. So you get that elastic compute, elastic characteristics on the compute side. So that's one level of conversations, and how you can actually move workloads from on-premises to a cloud environment and a hybrid environment. So that's one level of conversations. Performance, and how do you deliver superior performance and reliability? Leveraging the FlexPod packaging as a reference architecture to bring that predictability to a customer. And that's another level of conversation. Manageability. How do you integrate with all the tools that a DBA and an Oracle administrator wants to use and get access to the array-based capabilities? Replication, recovery, efficiency.
So talk about the FlexPod and how this relates to some of the deployments with customers. Obviously, we're at the Cisco booth here, so network virtualization now is a big important part of things. You get the UCS with the service profile. That's an interesting, we're getting great reviews from their customers that come on. How does all that blend in with NetApp? Because a lot of the customers that you sell to have Cisco gear.
Correct.
What is that, is it working together? Is it tightly coupled? You guys do joint engineering. Can you talk through that?
So FlexPod's been in the market for, what, 3 years now? Great engagement on the engineering level, great engagement on the customer go-to-market level. And as you're starting to see, FlexPod has historically, in the past, been an infrastructure play, and now we're moving up the stack to provide the fully integrated top from application all the way through the infrastructure, including all of the integration of characteristics that Cisco's been known for and is innovating in, as well as the capabilities that NetApp has been innovating. And so you're bringing in flash for performance, you're bringing in hybrids configurations for efficiency, and you're going all the way up to the application stack.
So Jeff and I have been talking about with our other guests around the dynamics, some of the more editorial segments we've been talking about, how Oracle is kind of stuck, but they're big stuck. They're not like they're losing money, or they're making a ton of money. But a whole new dynamic with DevOps, a whole new application market's developing where the existing systems are sitting there, right? So you got Oracle system, you could have ERP, HCM, and this new, we're calling it engagement cloud. It's our term, we coined that yesterday, that's developing around listening, social campaigns, and commerce, from campaigns to commerce. But this new fabric of data is sitting on top of this, and customers don't want to necessarily buy Salesforce and be stuck on Salesforce or stuck on Oracle. So the requirement really is for more of this interoperable data layer. So that's going to really appeal to application developers. So what are you guys doing, and what do you see around the trend around this modern app developer where it's agile, it's mostly around mobile infrastructure, it's mostly tied around security, big data is thrown in there, as Larry said on Sunday. This is the new normal. This is not like, I love the engineering systems, don't get me wrong, but like, okay, I got a stack on Oracle, that's an Oracle stack, there's other stacks too, but at this new layer, it's a whole new ballgame. Can you share your thoughts and perspective?
Right, and this ties in a lot into hybrid clouds, public clouds, and sort of the whole cloud model that we're driving with the data fabric layer. And the ability to manage, and I use management data rather than store data or storage. It's the management of that data that spans across primary data centers, hybrid cloud environments, hyperscaler cloud environments, and how do you in a single layer manage that data as it moves to the right place, so that sometimes in disaster recovery you want it in a hyperscaler cloud, and for distributed analytics or where you want to have access to fast compute, you might want to put it in another location. And how do you manage where that data is, how it lands, what kind of performance characteristics, quality of service, and that really plays well into this whole agile development, agile operations, really more than development, but agile operations, and where does data land?
And you have a relationship with Amazon Web Services. You guys have done some cutting edge work with AWS,
right.
Amazon Web Services, you obviously have Oracle, and other environments. Is there a developer trend that you see that you're in the storage world, so like you're looking up at the development frameworks that are building on top of you guys. Is there any things that you've seen that you could share that's new, that's a trend that's getting a lot of momentum?
So, the whole idea of the data fabric is new, and the implementation and delivery of that. And if you really think about And we sort of classify cloud into sort of three buckets. It's the on-premises, which is really kind of the old private cloud nomenclature, the hyperscaler, which is the Amazon, the Azures, and then a service provider cloud, which is more of a partner cloud in what some companies call it. And being able to, each of them has different delivery characteristics. And how do you stitch all those together and then from a single sort of management layer, land data, applications, quality of service in the right place, and that's, if you consider that whole architecture. That's really where we've been investing. That's where the management layers that we stitched into, even all of the management layers that you're seeing in the open source world, OpenStack, et cetera.
So Tim, one of the things that Ray touched on here is the growing importance of data that's generated outside of your four walls, and pulling in more and more of that data as time goes on. How are people planning for that? How are they, that's a very different dynamic, and probably the planning cycle and the management cycle of data that's generated internally, that you have some type of visibility. So as they're getting more in, and as the size and number of sources of that external data are coming in, how are people planning for that? How are they anticipating it? How are you seeing that really impact the way that they implement and execute?
And this goes back to ties really right back to this whole data fabric concept, and being able to pull data sets in that reside in different places with a single data fabric layer, so that if you have data sources that are coming from a public source, and you want to incorporate that into your data analytics environment, how do you sort of manage this? It's the data management layer, right? It's data in different places, so having a common fabric, a common way to manage that data, so that you can select those sources, you can drive applications that are utilizing multiple data sources.
And are you seeing that? Are you seeing validation of that trend in the marketplace with your customers, that people are grabbing a higher number of more disparate data sets that are coming from outside their four walls?
I'd say a lot of the conversations are about how do I build an infrastructure that enables that kind of agility and that kind of incorporation of data. It's really sort of, especially on the CIO's mind, is I've got all these different models hitting me. How do I build an infrastructure that's agile, that I can move my data, that I can incorporate services from a public cloud provider? How can I develop my own services internally? And do that in a way that I don't have to re-engineer architectures, have to rip and replace, and that's really what this whole data fabric is about.
So Larry Ellison gave us a slide up on the keynote. I loved it because I think it kind of I think the time series is a little bit off, but we'll go with it. Fourth generation of managing, Oracle data architecture, managing all types of data. Gen 1, relational SQL, Gen 2, PL SQL, text, images, Gen 3, unstructured data, objects, XML, which seems like that's object store. And then Gen 4, big data in memory, Hadoop and NoSQL. So it's kind of, I think, crossing over Gen 3, but let's just take Gen 4, right? Big data in memory, Hadoop and NoSQL. What are you guys doing in that area? Obviously, in memory's hot right now. Yep. So you're talking about memory mapping, a really big key part of it. What does NetApp have in that area that you can talk about that highlights that trend?
Right, so this plays in a number of different architectures coming into play today, and it's really about how do you deliver the performance that those new architectures need. So data transfer rates into the in-memory, servicing in a reference architecture in-memory databases, distributed when you get to Hadoop, how do you actually develop architectures that are cost effective with the kind of data, and we've got initiatives in all those areas. We're integration reference architectures for in-memory databases, whether that's Oracle 12c or some of the other in-memory database options, Hadoop architectures, and how do you scale that out in a reference architecture and
Flash
deliver
is persistent. Flash. That could be considered in memory. I mean, that's, if it's addressable, maybe that's possible, but yeah. I mean, you don't consider Flash in memory, per se. That's just persistent store. Media.
Flash is a media.
Yeah. We'll say right? Persistent store. But in memory, what do you guys have there? Anything new coming out, or is that
we already have a number of reference architectures that will demonstrate how you can develop an optimal, so cost-effective, performance-effective for in-memory database options.
Okay, so pretend I'm a customer for a minute. Hey Tim, how is Oracle OpenWorld? How'd it go? Bottom line, what do I need to know?
So
I'm a NetApp customer, by the way.
We continue to deliver what you've always known and loved about NetApp, and that is that we give you the performance across a number, including in-memory database options, especially now that we demonstrated in a FlexPod configuration, this million IOPS FlexPod select, sub-millisecond latency, so now you can actually bring those really performance-centric to a FlexPod reference architecture. You want to orchestrate and administer your Oracle environment with the tools that you know and love, RMAN, Enterprise Manager, and how do you integrate array-based capabilities into those environments? Get visibility from the Oracle Enterprise Manager perspective on what's happening in that array. Get recommendations on what to do next. And then efficient backup and recovery. How do you use snapshots, replication that NetApp has always been good at to deliver differentiated performance? I mean, you see some of the announcements from some of our competitors, that's a catch-up. We've been delivering this to our customers for years.
And just how many customers would you size it up, are Oracle, on Oracle within the NetApp customer base? Any order of magnitude? I know the numbers are sensitive to your public company. I'm not sure if this is confidential or not, but is there like an order of magnitude, 80, a huge customer base of Oracle? Medium?
Yes, very large customer base of Oracle. It's in, I won't tell the exact number, it's in the 5-figure numbers. Enterprise customers this is, using a variety of applications and use cases on top of Oracle databases.
More than 50? All right, now let's go back to my analogy. Okay, I'm not a NetApp customer. Hey Tim, saw your interview on theCUBE. Bottom line, I'm interested in NetApp. What do you got for me? I saw Oracle. How do you relate to Oracle? I'm an Oracle shop. What should I do with NetApp? I got some other vendor, non-Oracle. Not sure I want to buy the FS1. What does NetApp offer me?
Better performance, better resiliency. We can offload a lot of the functionality that you're now doing in other ways, less efficient ways. And we give you investment protection for the cloud. You don't have to rip and replace a NetApp when you decide you want to run your Oracle workload in a cloud.
Okay, well, I'm not the buyer. I'll recommend.
Can I have the order?
Let's play golf. Okay, so
Give you a quote next week.
Big fan of NetApp, as everyone knows. But okay, now serious question on this show. Okay, share with the folks out there what's going on inside NetApp. Okay, you're a senior executive. You have access to Tom Georgens, commander in chief. NetApp has been progressive in all areas. Been innovative, been a software company, been an engineering-focused company. What are you guys working on now? Can you share some of your roadmap that's not confidential, or just share some tidbits that customers may or may not know about NetApp that you could want to share with them?
And I mentioned some of them here already. This whole idea of cloud, which continues to be, and how we're delivering that transparent data fabric to move content and manage that in a multi-cloud environment. Very unique. And this is sort of front and center at NetApp in terms of how we're thinking about customer engagements, how we're thinking about delivering value, how we're engineering into our products. But not just in isolation. You think about what applications are customers really needing to run and what's the business value we're delivering. And when you think about business value, how do I deliver results faster, process more transactions, right? Get design cycles shortened. And really having those kinds of conversations with customers about what we can deliver today, plus how we can take them where they need to go from efficiency, from agility, into the future. And those conversations inside of NetApp and what we're delivering in engineering is playing really well even with customers that we're sharing some of that direction and vision.
All right, Tim Russell here inside theCUBE. We're live at Oracle OpenWorld 2014. This is theCUBE. We'll be here for the rest of the day, all day and all day tomorrow, wall-to-wall coverage here inside the Cisco booth, on the ground, on the floor at Oracle OpenWorld. This is theCUBE. We'll be right back after this short break.